Thank you very much for that introduction. I'll try to live up to that. Hi, my name is Helina. I am one of the owners of Nikau Contractors, and yes, I am responsible, sorry for everybody, for those big red and yellow trucks that are driving around in the city at the moment. And I'm also affectionately known by my kids as Twinkle Toes' mum. So I'm hoping for the next 15 minutes I'll give you a little bit of enlightenment in terms of our industry and moving forward. I have a short video that I'd like to play just to give an introduction into what we do, and I'd like to personally thank Sarah, Christchurch City Council, and some of the building owners that you will notice are featured in this video, so thank you.
The demolition techniques used in Christchurch have been dependent on the size of the buildings and the resources that we've had available.
We looked at implosion very closely with our very first building, the Grand Chancellor.
Pulling down an earthquake damaged building is very different than pulling down a normal building which has got the structural integrity, it hasn't been compromised.
And when you've got a really badly damaged building, you've still got to put someone inside the building to lay the charges.
When buildings have a lot of damage, it's difficult to read how they'd react to an implosion situation. So to implode a building next to a building that's already sustained earthquake damage, there's not really a general practice or procedure around that, and it comes back to the insurance certificates that are needed and who carries the liabilities.
And what the contractors have demonstrated to us since we've been demolishing these buildings is the demolition using a high reach is our most efficient demolition method, and also one of our safest methods as well.
There was a loose best practice or procedures that New Zealand Demolition Industry had, but it didn't tackle what we've had to tackle here, so severely earthquake compromised buildings. So we've taken the best practice from America, Europe, the UK, used that to put together a sort of methodology review.
We've got a lab out here of thousands of buildings that have all performed differently in the earthquake. They've all had different failure mechanisms, and we can really kind of look into each of those and relay those back to theory and learn from this. So it's a massive learning experience for us all.
All the work that we've done and what we've learned, there is a sector of experience that the New Zealand industry will be able to give back if this was to happen anywhere else.
We've come a long way in 18 months.
Christchurch was a big, sprawling city for a small population, and the ability to be able to bring that together and have a tight, confined city with a tight, confined commercial, residential and retail is going to be very important for Christchurch in the future.
Our biggest issue is not the shortage of connections with many people around the planet who want to bring expertise. It's actually, there are so many opportunities. Which ones do we take?
5 years we'll be looking at an interim goal where it will have changed vastly. 10 years we'll be looking at hopefully a rejuvenated city, something to similar.
Because we want this to be the safest city in the world, and that's a clear goal and ambition that every single man, woman and child has in this place, and we are going to do that.
It's going to be a smaller, compact CBD. We've already seen that from the master plan. But look, I'm excited. You know, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to replan an existing city on a scale that you could never do.
But we also need a city that's a great place to live, and a city that is a springboard for our children to the world, but also strong enough to draw our children back to this place when they recognise the quality and the strength of life and opportunity in this very beautiful island of ours.
The CCD unit has released their first blueprint plans, and there's definitely a direction that people are heading towards and a plan to implement.
We will see over the next 5 years some of the key central city infrastructures in place, either completed, on the way to completion, or just starting. That's our commitment over the next 5 years.
Christchurch and Cantabrian people are very sturdy people, and this place will recover.
The new city's going to be modern, it's going to be structurally strong, and we'll be able to withstand another event like we have with, I don't think, minimal damage.
We have to recognise the scale of what we've been up against here is unprecedented. While the rest of the world struggles to grow its economy. In Christchurch, we're looking at a 10 to 12% GDP in the whole province for probably the next 5 through to 10 years. So there's an economic and business opportunity here. What's the deal?
Gives everyone a bit of food for thought, and it definitely makes me very, very excited to be part of the rebuild process here in Christchurch. The demolition industry, as pointed out, was a very small industry here in New Zealand. There were probably only around about 4 to 5 key contractors that worked around New Zealand, us being one of them as well. And since the earthquake, if you have a look on the CERA website, there are now over 150 contractors that are now licensed by CERA to be able to do demolition. So we've obviously grown a lot. I think in terms of best practice, we have definitely picked up our game. We've become more professional. We've become more aware of issues including health and safety and environmental concerns. I'm looking forward to the process of our industry being seen as some of the best in the world, particularly working with other countries like Turkey, where you've got approximately 6.5 million buildings in Istanbul alone that have to come down due to the fact that they are earthquake prone. The Turkish government has roughly around about 120 billion US put aside for the deconstruction of the buildings in Turkey. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity, not only for the learnings within our industry, but also definitely in the engineering industry as well, which have gone hand in hand throughout this deconstruction phase. In terms of moving forward, I feel very, very confident, and I feel very, very proud of the way that government agencies have worked together to be able to move forward and be able to progress and get this city moving through. The demolitions within the CBD are likely to be completed by about July this year. The residentials, including the Port Hill, will probably carry on for the next couple of years or so. The most challenging aspect has obviously been with the insurances and also working in with owner-initiated structures as well. But it's been very, very good to be working alongside people in CERA and also Christchurch City Council, and I also noticed a fantastic team from Orion here as well, and your team's been fantastic in helping us to be able to get through, all of us contractors to be able to get through this work that we've had to do down here. I think it's particularly for Christchurch and the people that are involved in the rebuild. My point of view is that I would like to see more Cantabrians involved in the rebuild of their city, and perhaps less international involvement in terms of labour and stuff like that. I think that our country and our city has grown uniquely, and we've evolved, and the learnings that we've made over the last 18 months or 2 years or so have, I think, can contribute to us moving forward to a fantastic city. So I just need to reiterate to everybody, particularly our Mayor's comments about we have a great opportunity here. We're looking at essentially being able to build the perfect city, and I don't think anyone else in the world has got this opportunity, and it's great to see everybody here. See, what else? That's basically it. I'm about 6 minutes early. That's why I played the video, so that then I didn't have to talk for too long.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.